Ooh. You had the hiccups all night.
Magellan was happy, and then someone shouted, "Hey, I think that's chili." We'll be cheer up, Magellan. Check out your maps and don't tear out your hair. We'll be keep trying, Magellan. You'll find the East Indies, you just don't know where.
Hello, and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a puppy crafty podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and we have Audrey and Iron puttering around in the background today. And if you look closely, you might see Jax, who's just angrily sleeping. This is episode 77, I believe. I've definitely fallen off the wagon telling you what episode it is, but we're going to try that again. You can find me everywhere online as Gabby Gales and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much to all new viewers for checking us out, and hello and welcome to all returning viewers. Thank you for coming back. It's always the moment of panic after you finish the intro, then you're like, what do I do now? We have a couple, I think just one announcement before we get into the crafting, and that is the Pumpkin Make-Along starts this weekend, September 15th till November 23rd. Joanna from the Stitching the High Notes and Opera Joe on the internets, I don't know why that went weird, are co-hosting our annual Pumpkin Make-Along once again, so anything inspired, colored, thought of pumpkin-y, you are more than welcome to join. There will be FO threads in both of our Ravelry groups, and all the rules will be there as well. If you are a maker and would like to donate a prize, I know we have a skein of yarn and a shawl. Yes. And I believe one other thing, but I could be mistaken. For the prizes, and I will list the prizes in the FO thread when I get that up this weekend. So come join us one more time for the Pumpkin Make-Along. And I did make a Pinterest board of pumpkin food items, drinks, and crafty bits. So I will put a link to that in the show notes as well. What's up, Audrey? No one can see you if you sit underneath my chair. And I think that is it for announcement-y things. Events, we have the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl at the end of the month, the 28th through 30th of September, and we will be at a Stitch in Time in Bethel, Connecticut for, as of right now, the Friday and Saturday, and potentially the Thursday as well, but I have to email Eva. What are you doing? Oh my god, the little legs. Oh, don't reach over. Okay, I believe that is it for announcements. I know, bud. She's so cute. So let us get into the crafting. We'll start with what am I wearing. I am wearing the Surprise Party Shawl by Helen Stewart in Hue Loco Rose Hips Tweed and her Outlander mini skein set. And I am wearing my Betty Dress V-neck version in some double gauze. I don't know who made it, but it's purple with sparkles. Sparkles, I guess. Yep, it's a super rainy day. We are not in line for the hurricane, but we are getting a lot of rain, probably because of some offshoots of the hurricane that is supposed to hit the Carolinas this week. I think her name is Florence. I think that's what they called her. So hopefully if you're in that area, you are well prepared or in a safe place. It's just been gross and rainy, so we're going cozy today. We are, bud. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just really tired. I don't know what's happening. All right, crafting. What are we doing here? We're talking about knitting. We have a finished object, you guys. I finished it. I have finished my Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mowry, knit out of Once Upon a Corgi hand-dyed yarns in, this is a super attractive face, I know. The Lady of Shalott colorways on the Marie Cutie base and fig lace. Why are you just talking over me? What? Go on the bed. Is that thunder or a truck? I finished this last week and it has been washed and blocked and it's so squishy. I haven't worn it out yet because it's been raining. And I don't want the mohair to get wet. I don't think it's going to do anything, but I don't want its inaugural voyage to be into a rainstorm. So it's just been hanging on my closet door being beautiful. Now that it's done, I love it. There's a little bit of a slog there, but that's because I can't read directions and I kept messing up the mohair sections. It was so good. I would highly recommend this pattern if you love the Find Your Fade shape, but don't want to use 7 skeins of yarn. It was 2 skeins of a fingering weight, 1 skein of the mohair, and I used every last bit of the mohair. I know that's because this section is way larger than it's supposed to be, so I actually ran out of mohair and I had to finish a row in the fingering weight, but that's okay. You can't tell, and I'm not going to tell you where. Haha! It is finished, it is ready, and it will be debuting at the trunk show for the Western Connecticut Year Girl. So now that the shawl is done, we went through and dug out all of our whips, and we are now trying not to powerhouse, where do I want to put this, but to prioritize all of our whips. So we dug out Jake's sweater and worked on it a bunch over the weekend while he was in Florida for his GM conference. And we have some armhole shaping. Ta-da! This is the Seafarer's cardigan, and I forgot her name, but I'll put it in the show notes. And I am using Wool Legacy DK, which is their discontinued DK merino base in the Black Bear colorway. And it is a cabley goodness. I'm knitting him the size large, I believe. Medium or large. It's supposed to be knit with 7 inches positive ease, so I think I'm doing the large. It's also supposed to be knit in worsted weight, but I didn't read those directions. Oops. And yeah, we put it down for a long time because we were discouraged on how big it was and how long it was going to take us, and then we finally put some effort in, and man, did it grow. I think we did this in a day, which for 3 separate cables, that's pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. I'm hoping we can dig this out at least once a week now and really get a move on it. I would like it done for Christmas. I don't know if that's going to happen. Probably not. I am knitting it on size 6 Knit Pro Zings. Just kidding. 7 4.5 millimeter Knit Pro Zings. Ta-da! And it is a work in progress. I'm hoping these sleeves go by faster because they're just stockinette and no cables on them. I do believe they're also knit onto the body. I was hoping I can knit those separately. But the fronts only have 1 cable, so I'm hoping I can do the fronts 2 at a time until I get to the armhole shaping, and then they will just fly off the needles. We will see. We will see for sure. Still on the sweaters, we have brought out our Aliska pullover by Caitlin Hunter, and we have put a dent in it. We are using our Edgar Allan Poe Club colorways. Tomorrow I Shall Be Featherless, Insufferably Damp, and Ghoul Haunted Woodlands Wear, along with Nightmares plus 10. We are chugging along. I am about halfway done with chart B, which is this bottom half. So we are on the second chart, which will lead us into the body. And the only thing I'm having, not trouble with, but thinking maybe I should have thought ahead about this a little bit, is this section is supposed to be crosses, like a cross-shaped color work, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's Ghoul Haunted Woodlands Wear and Tomorrow I Shall Be Featherless, which caked up appear pretty differently. I hope it can pick it up. It's not a huge difference, but you can tell which one's which. But in the sweater, not so much. You can really only tell because of the color work popping out. So I'm not that mad about it. In hindsight, I probably should have changed it out for Insufferably Damp, or maybe do the mohair again, just to use up some more of this mohair. But I'm already halfway, I'm already on the bottom half of the cross, so I don't think I'm going to rip it out and do it again. It doesn't bug me that much. And this is the only section where those two connect. So maybe on the sleeves I'll do the mohair section, because the rest of the sweater will be Nightmares and Tomorrow I Shall Be Featherless. So that'll be a big enough contrast. And this is a Rhinebeck sweater number 3 or 2. 2, I think. I guess 3, because we have the Mount Pleasant in case it's warm, and then we have the Branches and Buds in case it's cool. So 2.5. This is sweater 2.5. We are just going along. I'm hoping to finish one. So you do one repeat of. I'd like to finish chart B by the end of the week. I think that's a good thing. That way I can really get onto the body of the sweater. Yeah, I'm knitting the size small on US 4s. The pattern calls for, I believe, 3 inches of positive ease, so I should probably get 1 to 2. I don't like my sweaters that baggy, so I'm not too worried about the fit. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited for it. The last project we have actually been working on, we haven't really touched the winter rose socks. We cast on the second one, and then that was it. And that is our vanilla sock out of Melissa from the Hands That Make Podcast's self-striping yarn, and we went and cut in our afterthought heel, and this is from a mini skein from Hugh Loco from one of her party shawl, surprise party shawl kits my mom bought. And she didn't really like that green, so she got herself a darker, like, forest green instead of this acidy chartreuse green, which I love. And we are just chugging along on the foot. We're pretty close. I usually make my, the legs of my socks about equal to the foot length of my sock. So we probably have a couple more inches and then I can put the toe on, which I will use the mini skein for again. And I'm using my Haya 2.25. Can I read the, I don't know if it's on the needle. 2.25, so US 1 Haya regulars, not sharps. And this has been my car knitting. Where did I get a lot of this done? Oh, the Renaissance Fair. I was like, where did I go this weekend? It was my Renaissance Fair knitting. It was supposed to be my movie knitting, but we have not gone to the movies, so I need to hurry up and cast on the next one. So in case we do go to the movies, I have a sock. I have to put my glasses back on. And that is really all I've been crafting. We are getting ready to do a bunch of sewing this week now that the pumpkin mail has almost begun. We did not finish our partlet for the Renaissance Fair. We just borrowed a friend's. So I'm hoping on my sewing day on Sunday I can get a move on mine. It's almost done. I just need to put the embroidery on it. I might not even do that. Maybe I'll wait for the embroidery. I haven't decided yet. Jake has that Sunday off, so we will have a nice low-key hangout at home and sew and do other, things now that he's back from conference and like a 13-day work stretch. And yeah, that is all I've been crafting. I will definitely have some more stuff for you next week. Now we will, we have a little bit of stash building that I didn't plan on, but it just sort of happened. As some of you have probably heard or seen on Instagram and YouTube, Jinx Yarn is no longer dyeing yarn, and she had her last update last week. And I'm so sad to see her leave the indie dyeing community, but she'll still be a part of it in a way, and I know it's for the best for health reasons. I will leave a link to her video if you don't know why, just because it's not my story to tell. So I did shop her last update because I did want to get this skein a while ago, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll get it later on. So this was my last chance to get it. So I picked up a skein of her tartan self-striping colorway, which is 14 stripes of a red variegated and 13 stripes of a green variegated on this like dark charcoal background. And I love it. I'm so happy I got it. I got her on her strong sock, which is an 80/20 merino nylon blend. And here it is. This will be my third skein of Jinx. I've gotten her Confetti and Champagne and Jack and Sally. Did I get one more? I thought I got, no, I think that's it. I think that's all I have from her. Yeah, so I got the top ones that I wanted to. Again, I'm sad to see her not be dying anymore, but I totally get it, and I'm excited to see what other adventure she can go on. Is going on. I think she already started that other adventure. I don't know. So that is my stash building. I do have one more cheeky thing coming in because I couldn't help myself. I told myself I can't spend money, so I started spending money, as one does when you're on a budget. And I believe that's it for all of the crafting fibery things. Looking around. Yep, so the rest of this will be shop news and life beyond crafting, life stuff. If you were not here for any of that, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let's continue. Shop update stuff. There will be no shop update this week. We are still working on a wholesale order. We have the trunk show yarn coming back, so that will be going back up into the shop, and I will post on Instagram and send out a newsletter when it is here and in stock. And we are just going to work on getting a shop update ready for next week with a bunch of tonals, something sinister, lots of matching, pairing. We do have a ton of speckles in the shop right now, so we're just going to work on getting things to complement those. And then we'll be working on the trunk show yarn stuff too. I hope that made sense. I feel like I haven't had any coffee today, but I've already had 2.5 cups. And thank you to everybody who purchased an Audrey pin. We have sold out of the first batch. We do have some ready to go for the trunk shows coming up, and we will have another batch come in for October, November. We're hoping to get the iron pin in for mid to late October before New England Fiber Festival for sure. So thank you so much to everybody who bought a pin. It was just so exciting to see you guys be excited for them. And we will definitely have some more in before the holiday season because they are fantastic stocking stuffers and they're so cute. They're just so cute. Yeah, so there's still a ton in the shop at onceuponacorgi.com. I will leave a link to that down below. Thank you so much to everybody who supports the shop and allows me to do this as my full-time job. Into Beyond Crafting. So this weekend was the New York Renaissance Fair. We go every year with my family. We've been going for, how old am I? 17 years. Oh God, that's a lot. Yeah, I started when I was 11. Can I do math? Yep, 17 years. So we went on Sunday. It was just the family. Usually we have a couple friends, but everyone's schedules just did not allow it this year. It was a lot of fun. It's been super low-key the past couple of years. We really just go to see a couple shows, wander around, dress up. There's no big shopping things we have to do anymore. But I did pick up a couple things. This is from a company. I get their lotion candles. So it's a candle, but instead of wax, it's lotion when you melt it. And they started doing soaps, so I picked up some soaps. And they smell so good, and I'm so excited. I hope you can see this. I'm so excited. We needed soap. So basically, I went to the Renaissance Fair to go grocery shopping. I love their lotion candles and their essential oils, or their little smelly oil, burny things. Ugh, they just smell so good. I can't wait to break into these. And that was our big thing. Jake did go to Universal Harry Potter Studios because that's where they go for the Bertucci's GM conference every year. So he brought me back some goodies, including a Hufflepuff water bottle for the one Quidditch game Hufflepuff plays a year. And, oh my God, this thing is so cute. I have to make sure it's in focus because it's too perfect. It's just the snarkiest Snape and Dumbledore you've ever seen. I love it so much. They're so judgy. He got me the Hufflepuff crest last year, so I need to make a little banner to put these guys on because they are too precious to put on my bag. Also, I keep almost losing pins, so I need to take them off my bag because if I lose them, I will cry everywhere. I've almost lost my Hedgehog, my Granger Weasley 2020, and my La Bien-Aimée pen. It was a disaster. It was just a bad day. So Iron is very happy Titan is home now. Yeah, and we are excited for a nice low-key, no traveling weekend. I drove him up to Bradley, which is across the entire state, so about an hour away, which makes me very glad that our state is only an hour tall. Otherwise, that would have been a real bad weekend. And Saturday, we spent the whole day watching The Great British Bake Off, new episodes on Netflix, and knitting on his sweater, and it was just such a nice, relaxing knitting day, and I haven't had one of those in so long. I'm so excited. Now it is festival season and we have a ton of stuff to do. Hoping we can sneak in a couple more of those relaxing knitting days so we don't go a little crazy, because we might. Alright, I believe that is it for this week. I'm going to go spend the rest of the day dyeing and caking up my pumpkin yarn and getting all the pumpkin things ready for this weekend. Again, you can find all the information that I mentioned today down below in the show notes as the temporary spot. We do have the Ravelry group, Once Upon a Corgi podcast under the groups tab on Ravelry. You can find all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi, and I will see you next week. Bye.